just about ready for football here at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Evan McPherson getting this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Well, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
And he's going to be stopped up at the line to begin this ball game.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A big-time play for Vegas. An even 40 yards.
40 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
When we had a chance to talk to the coach the other day, what did he tell us, Mike? He said, I want to come out and be aggressive right from the start. And with that big shot downfield here early, I think it's pretty safe to say that's exactly what they have done. Now the key is, can they turn that explosive play into an opening drive touchdown and really get off to a fast start?
That's complete to the rookie's 2nd-round pick. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Pushed out to his left, and he won't try to risk much more, sliding down a gain of 3.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
They face 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Trying to get it out to Ashton Genty that time. 3rd down coming up.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. One incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. And now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
His kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 3-0 lead.
Bengals, nothing.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this, with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Here's Williams on the return. He'll get across the 20, struck him down at the 23-yard line. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They are led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020, national champion at LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosibas. 14 on the pickup. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 8.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Burrow here on 2nd down. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Following the play, we've got a Raider who is shaken up down there. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. First and 10. First run of the game here for Chase Brown. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Here's Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosibas. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's a gain of 14 yards.
That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
10 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Gesicki, the man in motion. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Burrow throwing on fourth down. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals move out to a 7-3 lead.
Bengals 7, Raiders 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he's down at 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense ready now for their second drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Genty. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
The tackle by Brian Cook. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now here's a keeper on his own read. He gets this up close to the first down, mark him at the 32.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Here's 3rd and 2. We're trying to pick this up with the jet sweep. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
Interesting. You don't see a lot of jet sweeps on 3rd down. It seems to be more of like a 1st and 2nd down call because it kind of goes with more of the under center run game and play action game. So they go to it on 3rd down. Really nice job there by the defense. Non-traditional play call. good discipline, they're able to bring up fourth down.
On the return is Jones. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bengals offense ready to take over for their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Brown. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Second down. Burrow. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
That is caught. Finding Higgins. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go play action for Burrow. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he'll be taken down with the 1st down as time will run out on this opening quarter. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll run it here. It's Tiburon. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Brown goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals extend their advantage to 14-3.
The score, Bengals 14, Raiders 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Tucker. Woo. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Rock Bowers. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
9-yard gain on the play, and it's 3rd down.
They'll try to pick it up with Genty. This will not do the trick. They stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion, heading right. Burrow now to throw on 1st down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run here with Brown. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
2nd and short. Normally this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. To the left side, caught by Chase. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. Burrow now. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. The throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. The defense could not bring him down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start of this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
McPherson now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bengals move out to a 21-3 advantage.
21, Raiders 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. To return is Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. And he'll be out of bounds as the 1st down completion nets about 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. In motion, Naylor. Here's a little pop pass heading to the right. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. And a Raider 1st down.
Here's Genty. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, as been the case this entire 1st half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. That's caught. It's the tight end drop down. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Vegas.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
2 minutes
4.
remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati in a moment. They'll come up now for second down and 4. In motion, Naylor. He'll drop to throw. The right side is taken in by Beck. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Raider first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll run with Genty. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Gain of 12 yards.
Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
A chance here for this back to really show his speed. He saw the room on the perimeter, and he was able to get around the edge. Thought he was going to get right to the pylon. Comes up just short. Down near the goal line, sets up first and goal.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Raiders get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Williams now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. On first down, Burrow. We'll find Brown out of the backfield. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now it's 2nd and 1. Working out of the gun, Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosifov. And that's That's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's good for a
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. Now, Burrow. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
12 yards.
2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now, Burrow. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw is Burrow. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Adam Butler gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This is going to be from 53 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
So let's give the kicker some credit. Not only was it a really good save by the holder, but his ability to make that kick when the timing wasn't right is a lot easier said than done. So they got to get to the sideline. Long snapper's got to do his side of the bargain here, and they've got to be better the next time out.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Now Brown, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
Second down, Burrow. Pass caught, Gesicki on the right. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Burrow. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. 18 yards on the pickup there, and the Bengals going to have a first down.
At the 49-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in the second half. That grab gets them a first down. Burrow. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there, works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. This one caught by Chase. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
It's the quarterback with a sneak, and he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 9. Throwing is Burrow. He'll find Gesicki over the middle. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Burrow. He pulls it in around the 5. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in,
and he will take this one across into the end zone. Chase Brown, touchdown Bengals. He's got another one, his second touchdown of the evening.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will extend this third quarter lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Play action, he'll set up to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time. And that will lead to a second down.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on 1 or 2 of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of a first down after a gain of 7.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Third down and 3. They'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That is brought in. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. 31 yards.
A gain of 31
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
On first and 10, it's Genty. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Vegas.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. B.J. Hill. He gets into drop it. It's a loss of 8.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll find 50 out of the backfield. That'll be good for 11 yards, still short of the first down marker, and third down coming up.
11 yards on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
To throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Vegas.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
It's up and good. And the Raiders are able to edge a bit closer.
Raiders 17.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Charlie Jones now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw, Burrow. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards.
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow now. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. A ball deep for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
On the return is Tucker. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Raiders offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. In motion, Naylor. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. B.J. Hill. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Scramble. Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. The Raiders have their punt team out there.
For the Raiders.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Gesicki, the man in motion. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chain.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
That's another.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down. They bring Chase in motion. A 1st down throw for Burrow. That is incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
Second and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Passing this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down.
Burrow and his
First and
favorite
10 at the
target, Chase,
17-yard line.
for the Cincinnati first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second
8
down.
yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 9-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
And the Bengals.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
He was brought down by
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now from the 7, it's second and goal. Now, Burrow. Rolling to the left.
Great job in coverage here. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. He decides to tuck it and turn into a runner. They get to him quickly. Picks up a couple yards, but not enough now. Brings up 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 3. 3rd and goal. Burrow to throw. That is caught, and he's in. Mike Gesicki, touchdown Cincinnati. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now. I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On is McPherson for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Bengals will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
17.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. To return is Tucker. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He keeps it himself. Showing off with footwork. Sliding down after a gain of 8.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 2. He'll look to throw. In the middle, he's got Tucker. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you?
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. C.J. Hill in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
They'll throw out of the gun. He'll get this off to Genty. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
Out of bounds at his own 49-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
That's taken in. And he's going to have the Raiders 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll look to throw yet again. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That's going to be incomplete. They felt compelled to go for it on 4th and 1. That was a big ask. And the defense turns them away.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Carry here for Brown. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard
So 2 minutes
line.
left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they face 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. the gain there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
They'll stay on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. Slot man gonna move in motion left. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 11. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.